Okay, here we go. Why am I nervous? Hi everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Emily. My Instagram handle is reading is my aesthetic. That's probably why you're here. And hi, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. I thought it would be fun for my first video to start off with a Q&A because I wasn't really sure what to start with. I thought a Q&A would be a good way for you guys to get to know me a bit better, and they're just fun. So grab yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. I've got coffee and I've got all your questions on my phone. I put up an Instagram story last week, so I've got all your questions on my phone. So let's dive in. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification to be notified whenever I upload content. I'm gonna try and make it a weekly thing, but no promises, but hopefully I'm gonna try and upload every Wednesday. So yeah, turn on the notification, make sure to subscribe, and yeah. Why? So weird. Just oh, words. Okay, so first question is, how did you start reading? Now, I've always been a reader since a very young age. I've always loved to read, and I kind of not fell out of love with it, but just kind of almost stopped, especially when I started college and uni and everything, because I was having to read all the time for my course. So I don't know, I just kind of stopped, and it wasn't until summer last year, when we were still kind of in lockdown, and I really kind of fell back in love with it. And it was A Court of Thorns and Roses, which kickstarted my obsession for reading yet again. I have my best friend Olivia to thank for that. She was the one that got me absolutely hooked on the series. I think I read all 5 books in a month. So yeah, that was how I started my reading addiction again, and I'm never gonna look back. It's been great. Next question, what is my most recent read? So I've recently just finished Court of Mist and Fury, which is the second book in the Thorns and Roses series. It was actually a reread for me because me and Olivia were hosting a read along on our Instagram. So it was the second time I read it, and I mean, it's just my favorite book. I mean, if you guys will follow me on Instagram, you know that is my favorite book. I've said it so many times. So yeah, that was my most recent read. Next on my TBR, I am hoping this month to read A Shadow in the Ember and A War of Two Queens, or is it The War of Two Queens, by Jennifer L. Armentrout. It's the next books in the Blood and Ash series. Well, A Shadow in the Ember is like a spin-off. I don't want to say too much in case you've not read it. I don't want to spoil it. But I've read the first Blood and Ash books, the first 3 Blood and Ash books. So yeah, I'm really hoping to read them. Favorite book, as I just said, A Court of Mist and Fury. Love it so much. Favorite book trope? Oh, I think it has to be enemies to lovers. I mean, I'm just a sucker for enemies to lovers. It's just, I mean, what's not to like, you know? My favorite book series. Okay, this one's hard. So as I previously mentioned, I absolutely love the Thorns and Roses series. It's incredible. If you've not read it, please read it. But I've also read Throne of Glass by SJM, and I think as an entire series, I think I like that more than Thorns and Roses. I love Aelin so much. She just holds such a special place in my heart, and I just love the story and everything about it. And I think it's a series as a whole, I like the story more almost. But yeah, that's my answer. Throne of Glass. And I also love the Blood and Ash series too. Which character from which SJM book would you like to be? Freaking love this question. As I just said, Aelin holds a very special place in my heart, and I just want to be her. I want to have cool fire powers, and yeah, I just want to be her. So it would definitely be Aelin. Why do you love reading? As many of you, I love reading, especially fantasy. It's my favourite genre. It's just a form of escapism for me. Like, it's just almost nice to escape the real world and live in like a fantasy world and kind of forget about everything going on in life. So yeah, that's why I love to read. Another question, which character in a book would you want to be? So that's not specifically SJM, so as I said, Aelin, of course, but if it had to be from another book, I would probably pick either Jude from the Cruel Prince series, love her. I mean, I love Feyre too, I would like to be her also. Poppy from Blood and Ash, she's, oh, I love her character so much, she's just a badass. Oh, I got hair tickling my face. Last book that I didn't like, probably, it's been a while actually since I've not not finished a book, if that makes sense. Like, I normally will stick a book through, but a little while ago I tried reading The Girl on the Train, and I don't know, I just couldn't get into it. I wasn't enjoying it, I wasn't hooked by it, because I watched the movie first and I loved the movie, I thought it was great. But yeah, I don't know, it just didn't really grip me as I thought it would, but I maybe need to try and give it another chance. Like, I might be being too harsh because it was a while ago. So yeah, that was probably the one that I didn't enjoy. Last book that I loved, Crescent City 2. Incredible, absolutely incredible. It gave me the worst hangover. Like, I'm sure so many of you can relate to that, but just wow, like I need the next book right now. I need it, okay? What's my favorite color? I love green, as you can probably tell, and red as well. That's also my favorite color. This like is maybe a bit bright for me. I normally like a darker like emerald green, but yeah, those are my two favorite colors. How tall am I? I am 5'6". I'm not sure what that is in centimeters, but yeah, I'd say I'm a pretty average height. I'm not that short and I'm not that tall either, so yeah. Oh, I love this question. Okay, how do you motivate yourself when you're not in the mood for reading? I love it, but this is me currently. Girl, I feel you. The reading slumps are so difficult, especially when you want to read but you just kind of like can't get into it. And the thing that honestly gets me back into reading is reading smut. Like, just, you know, like an easy short book, just a short smutty book, and yeah, it kind of kicks off my love for reading again, or wanting to read. This happened to me a little while ago, and I read A Touch of Darkness by, oh, what's her name? Somebody St. Clair. Is it Scarlett St. Clair? Hold on. Yes, Scarlett St. Clair, I was right. And it was just great. It was just a short read. It's only the first one in the series that I've read, but I will come back to the other two. But I don't know, it was just great. Like, it was just kind of a great like filler. It wasn't really like, there was a bit of story, but like it was mostly just smut, and it was great. So that is what I recommend. I also try, like, if I'm really struggling to get into reading, I'll almost like set myself like almost like a timer. I'd be like, okay, just sit down for half an hour and read a couple chapters, or sit down and read one chapter, and that kind of helps me get through it. But mostly it's just my books. What am I currently reading? I'm currently reading Ariadne by Jennifer Saint, that's her name, and I'm about halfway through and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really liking it. The first kind of 100 pages weren't that exciting, but after then it's been really, really good. So I will be posting a review soon on Instagram. What will you do after you finish your degree? Great question. No idea. So if you guys don't know, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I just finished my degree. I'm still waiting on results, but I just finished my degree in May. I'm studying law here in Scotland. So I just completed my 4th and final year, and I have no idea what I'm going to do next, but you know what, that's fine. It's been a really challenging, especially 4th year, but the past 2 years as well with COVID and doing everything online. has been very challenging for me and for so many people. And I've honestly, like, this past year has not been enjoying it at all, so I'm just taking a break just now. I'm doing my own thing. I do have a part-time job too as a bartender, and I'm just loving it, and I'm just loving having not to use my brain to do academic stuff, and it's so great. But I probably will, well, I mean, especially when I get my results and see what they are, but I probably will use my degree at some point. We shall see. I kind of actually fancy being a paralegal, but yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm a very much go with the flow person. We'll figure it out. What is my favorite thing in the world? Okay, that's a deep question. I mean, obviously I love to read. That's one of my favorite things to do. I love to paint and draw. Like, I'm a very kind of artsy, sort of crafty person. I love anything like that. I love this time of year with all the flowers and everything. That just makes my heart really happy. I love spending time with my friends and my family. Yeah, all those kinds of things. Okay, this is the last question of all the ones that you guys sent in. How do you plan your posts, or do you plan what to post for the week or so? So I actually don't. I started off planning my posts on Instagram. There's a couple of really great apps if you guys want to do that. There's one called Preview and there's one called Unum, I think it's called. And they're really great for helping you plan your feed if you want it to look a certain way. So I started off, when I first started my Bookstagram, I started planning my feed, but I just kind of felt like I didn't really, I don't know, I just kind of stopped. I felt like I really didn't need to do that almost with my feed. Like, I didn't really want to do that. Like, all my posts I feel like tie together quite well. So yeah, I just kind of stopped doing it, but I mean, it is really great. Those two are really great apps if you like to plan your feed, or like you want to post like certain things. I don't really plan what to post in a week, really. I kind of set aside like a day during the week, and like I kind of shoot like a whole load of content, so I have like a bulk of stuff to post like throughout the week. There will be some days where, like, if I get a new book, for example, I'll be like, oh my god, I have to take a picture right now and post it. But for the most part, I don't really plan what I post at all. I just kind of like post what I want, or like I said, if I get a new book, or if I finish a book, I'll write a review on that maybe. Or like, you know, the challenges that you get tagged in on Instagram, I'll maybe do them. But yeah, a very long answer to say no, I do not plan my posts or plan what I'm going to post during the week. So that is it for all of the questions. Thank you guys so much for sending them in on Instagram, and thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you stick around because I would love to have you here. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe and make sure to turn on the bell notification to be notified when I upload content. And follow me on Instagram. My handle is @readingismyaesthetic. I will link it below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye!